So the big game this weekend, well, one of the two big games, there's obviously Chelsea versus Spurs, and then there's a certain Arsenal versus Man United top of the table clash.
Who's at home, Charlie?
It's United at home. It's Monday evening.
You'll be there?
I will be there, yeah, if my boss gets back to me to tell me if I can go and work from home. It might be worth a call after.
Unchain the...
If you're watching, boss. And so, first of all, who do you think's going to win? Arsenal were a bit shaky last night, weren't they? They've had some up and down results. United have been drawing too many games, but it's a top of table clash, and the winner takes all. Well, takes top spot for about another week.
I'm going to go with Arsenal, actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I've got a feeling Arsenal might.
But you're not coming back next week.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
I think Nasri's the best player in the league at the moment.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Well, Gav back. Well, last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's been the most consistent player.
The last few games, he's won player of the month last 2 months.
Was he?
Or it might be the Champions League player of the month. I'm sure that it was.
He's playing well.
Because there's Bow, wasn't it? Well, basically, there's him and Bow.
He can't stop scoring goals, can he?
He's scored 12
I'd say he's
goals
more
now
consistent. He's just scored 12. Well, he's already had more shots
after last night
so far this season than they had in the whole of last season.
Yeah.
It's a good stat, that, Charlie.
It's a bit of a. He's to Arsenal what Pardew sung is to United. I think he's a bit better than that. Last night,
I like Pardew sung. He's all right.
He stepped up. He stepped up.
Job. Yeah, big games. He plays a lot of big games for you.
He does because he runs around a lot.
I like him. Always used to have him in the dream team.
So I think that trio of Van Persie, Nasri, and Shamak could be winning. Shamak, your man Shamak.
I don't know.
Shamak, my bitch.
I don't know because they've had Shamak with Van Persie being out, Shamak up front, Arshavin, Nasri, Fabregas floating around him. Last night, from what I saw,
sounds alright.
They played, but then last night Shamak and Van Persie out front. All right, Fabregas weren't there, but they moved their best player Nasri so far this evening. They moved him out onto the wing.
Yeah.
They weren't as effective. They didn't look as good, and I don't know. I think Van Persie and Shamak could be playing for one spot.
Well, Van Persie likes to be the main man, doesn't he?
Yeah. And I'll give it to him. I mean, Shamak's been alright.
I don't know. Shamak's playing really well.
Yeah, but
and Van Persie's always broken.
Look, he's a bit like Dexy, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's always getting karaoke
shopping injuries.
Oh, all my bags of them attendants. But I think potentially Shamak could be. He's one of those French players who takes a year look at Nasri. You know, okay, Nasri is he's a bit younger, isn't he? They're both
I remember going to watch West Ham Arsenal at Arsenal about. Well, I think it was the first season. How long has he been there? 3 years now?
It's his third season.
Yeah, his third season. Oh, good. And I saw him, and he was the best player on the pitch that day. And I remember I was with 11 Arsenal supporters. I was only a West Ham fan now. We went in the pub after, so I was getting a bit grilling.
You sat in the away in your own stadium?
Yeah, one of my best mates, he was a season ticket holder, and there was always sort of like... I used to go to all the Arsenal games, all the Arsenal West Ham games, whenever he's got a spare ticket down there. Went to a few Tottenham games. But, get back to it, Nasri, I think I saw him 2 seasons on the trot, and he was the best player on the park both times.
Yeah, well, he was fantastic against England as well.
So
difficult. He's technically gifted, isn't he?
Yeah, he has definitely got it, but he doesn't bring it on all the time. But now he's getting more consistent.
I mean,
this season is
I love bigging Nasri up, but can we just talk about Arsenal's weak points, which I think might be Schillaci and Koscielny never played for Arsenal at Old Trafford before. I think Schillaci's been there before the Champions League, but I think the
both terrible.
They're
both not Arsenal. They shouldn't be a bit. They struggle to get in West Ham.
Koscielny's better than the other one.
Schillaci, yeah.
But I mean, that defending for that goal last night was bloody awful. You see him? He just stood off him.
And then the last match week before then, the guy from Braga just waltzed through him like they weren't those.
I think Monday's game could be massive for Rooney. I think this is Rooney's game. He's going to run them ragged. Rooney hat-trick. 3-0 Mesh.
Hat-trick goes straight for that.
Yeah, going 3-0 Mesh United. Rooney hat-trick.
He's not messing about.
Win a bang.
He's got some cash out to do, isn't he?
On my fantasy tips for the My 11 fantasy game, which you can join on my11.com.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. Right. I said Wayne Rooney's the man to watch because, well, I mean, it's all set for him, and also 8 years ago as a 16-year-old little spud-faced nipper, he looks about 28. He scored that goal against Seaman, didn't we? We all remember, and this one could be almost as important for him.
I think I think he's not had, in the 7-1 win against Blackburn the other week, everything fell for Berbatov, nothing fell for Rooney. It's going to change sooner or later, and I think it'll happen on Monday. I'll just change it, maybe 3-1. I think Arsenal will probably get a goal because Man United can't defend very well at the moment either.
But then when Rooney was scoring those goals, he was mostly playing up front on his own, whereas if he's playing off a front man, he's not going to get the same chances, is he?
True. No, I think he'll be all right.
And another question is, Anderson or not Anderson?
He's come back, hasn't he? He's come back from that.
He had one good game against Valencia, but then when you're playing against a team called Valencia as well, they had 60% possession in the opening phase at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
And, when can you remember that happened? They were a technical side, and for Anderson to be able to prosper in that sort of midfield is pretty impressive. When we beat, when Manchester United, not being biased there, we beat Arsenal. I think it was 4-5-1 in the League Cup.
Yeah.
Anderson was so good, they still sing a song about him.
Yeah.
Saying that he does something on Fabregas that you might do if you went to the bathroom.
Oh, something you can't repeat.
Yeah, wash your hands.
Well, have a shave.
Yeah, that's it. He has a shave when. Yeah. So, would you stick him in there with Fletcher because Michael Carrick was terrible? Made another mistake. And
Carrick's lost his way, hasn't he? I'm a big fan of Michael Carrick, but yeah, he's lost his way a bit. He's not the same player last season or this season.
Why are you a big fan of him? Just because of his West Ham ties?
He was great at West Ham. He was great at Tottenham. And I thought he was great at Man United in bits. I think he's different.
They've changed him into a different sort of player. He sits back a little bit further, doesn't he?
He was a decent player. They've changed him into a different sort of player.
He's a good player, but I'm sensing you're not with us on that one, Charles.
Well, I think he's a bit of a Berbatov in that the fans like a player to get stuck in, and
he's not a roll your sleeves up bloke who's gonna.
He's not. I'm surprised he didn't wear a snood, to be honest. He just hasn't got that bite in midfield, and even though he's more technically gifted in his passing range than Anderson, that's just for the big matches when you want to fire the crowd up, I'd just stick Anderson in there.
I'd say he's probably the best English passer we've got. Well, maybe Gerrard actually. But I think he's a smashing passer of the ball. But yeah, he just lost his way a bit, and shame because I like.
See, the way they've tried to play Carrick, well, when he was at West Ham, wasn't he? He was sort of like more like playmaker.
He was young then, though, wasn't he?
And he was young, and he had all this potential.
He great at Tottenham.
But then he went to Tottenham. But then I think gradually throughout, it's sort of like just been bringing him back a little bit, trying to turn him more into a bit of a tackler as well.
Yeah,
and that ain't his.
In answer to your question, I think Anderson, he's in man in possession. He's playing well. Him and Fletcher, they run around all day.
You want everyone to chase down the Arsenal midfield, which is obviously mustard, isn't it? Well, they're front six.
So then they won't have Fabregas on the weekend, will they? So.
Well, no, apparently he might be back.
Oh, is it one of those? Oh, he's not going to play, and then he turns up and he's fit.
They're going to play fit.
I'll tell you what, though, just if Rio's not fit for you guys.
Yeah.
If you play Johnny Evans,
I'm
sorry.
He's going to struggle.
I'm sorry, Charlie, I've got to do this, but there was a good little win last week for my team. We beat Manchester United 4-0, I think.
Did he?
And Johnny Evans, what a pile of rubbish. And if he's got to play for you on Monday, you've got to help you.
What cup is that again?
I don't know, it's one you've won the last couple of years, so you must value it.
Yeah, you must value it quite
highly. What we just play reserves in?
Yeah.
Well, the one we had about 6-7 players.
You had 10 reserves, didn't you? And we had.
So anyway, we're running out of
time. We've got tickets for the semi-final.
Yeah.
Semis.
So we're running out of time. Score predictions for Monday. I'm going 2-1 to United. I think Rooney will score
3-1 United.
3-1 United.
I'll go 2-1 Arsenal.
Rooney's going to have a big night.
And Nasri score.
So what's your score prediction?
2-1 Arsenal.
Okay, so we have it overall 2 predictions to United, 1 to Arsenal. My prediction. Anyway, we'll see. Well, maybe I'll get ribbed on the next podcast. You see.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.